Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy T.I.A back with another video. Sorry for the delay since the last video. Just life and all kinds of things, rebuilding the team again, and yeah, just had to reprocess things. All right, so the previous videos that we've covered shows you the rotations and stuff like that, and today I want to maybe dive a little more into detail with the choices that I make within the rotations. Why sometimes I'm edging the zone, why sometimes I am sending it into the middle of the zone based on the information that I've gathered, and then also lastly why perhaps zone shifts away from us and what we do with this. Okay, so as the IGL, it's pretty important now, depending on what scrims you play, depending on what tournaments you're playing, it's pretty important for you to gather information, right? I've played this game for about 3 years now. Obviously, every lobby might be different, depending if I'm playing tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, whatever. And I need to then start building some, like an inventory, basically, like a list of where I'm engaging into fights with rotation times and stuff like that. All of these elements are important, but it's something that you don't need to have in such aggressive information in your brain that it clouds different decisions you need to make. All right, so the first thing I want to discuss is the rotation off of your drop. All right, now granted, your rotation may be hampered based on if you're being hot dropped or not, all right? Because then obviously you need to either then take the fight, win the fight, or at what point do you call the plug and then just rotate out and rotate to zone. Depending on if it's scrims or tournament. If it's a tournament, I would always either want to take the fight within a minute. If you haven't engaged in the fight within a minute, if you don't have enough information within a minute, just disengage from that and prioritize rotation, honestly, because the more you delay your rotation, yes, you might get into the first and the second zone, but if you're not getting yourself into better positions within first, second, and potentially third zone, you're just always going to be chasing the game, and you might lose people on rotation. You might have to fight on the edge of zone where the blue is coming onto your back. So if it's possible in a tournament, don't take that fight. For example, if I'm playing tier 1 scrims, I'm willing to take the fight with the team that lands on me because essentially I want to chase them away. I want to have my drop spot for free. That is what you want. You do not want to contest a team in tier 1 tournaments and stuff just because even if you win the fight but you lose a player, going down to a 3-man is not necessarily always the best thing in a tournament. So let's analyze where I land and my rotation based off of that. If you jump early in the plane, you're obviously going to be looting. For example, we jumped right at the end of the plane, correct? So if people were jumping Zarki, North Georgia, South Georgia, they have already basically had like a minute and a half to loot while we were still stuck in the plane. So if you're jumping early, you want to try rotate early because you will get favorite, like you'll have the favorite, right? Like you'll have position over other teams who are still looting up and stuff. So regardless really of where zone is, you want to try rotate a bit earlier because people are still looting, people are still procuring vehicles, all these things. Now, we've landed basically last in the plane, but I'm not going to now take away from our time to loot. So we're going to loot and we're going to rotate with the zone. We don't want to stay in the blue for too long. The reason being, even though we're rotating with the blue, once that first zone closes and the second zone comes, we're then going to be a little more aggressive with taking as much space within our area as we can. All right, so I'm going to explain that to you in a little bit more detail as we go. But basically, my point is that we are going to loot until blue pushes us to rotate. We're going to rotate with the blue. If we're inside the blue for a few seconds, it's fine. But we do not want to sit in the blue for long now. And sometimes I don't mind this rotation, depending on information. For example, if I play with a team called T.I.A in the lobby, I know they're going to land on the left side of the military base and they're going to camp out the bridge. So I may actually completely hold off my rotation for about 2 minutes in the blue and then rotating behind them, depending on what zone's done and all of these things. So my point is, If you jump early, rotate early. If you jump in the middle, rotate according to the zone. If the zone is in your favor, you want to get center zone. If the favor is far away from you, rotate in a position where you've allowed some teams to go into the center. You can take a spot on the edge of zone and set yourself up for the next rotation. And I'm going to explain that to you in this video, how we are setting ourselves up for the next rotation. All right, so we are going to rotate with the blue. I'm going to just speed it up until we get to the next zone, so zone 2, and then I'm going to discuss more with you guys.
I'm grabbing the safe as well. If any of you see extra scope, then it's out. Yeah, it's got 86. There's a level 2 back here. Exactly. I'm gonna neutral bunkers, bro. That shit is stacked, dude. Missing out. Okay, so we got 2 USs and a buggy over here. I assume you want the buggy too. Don't you want the buggy? No, I'm top here, sniper space, I'm sorry. Here's your buggy here.
Alright, so zone has shifted, we've rotated in, and this zone shift is actually quite a decent one. It pulled back down towards the south central. Now let's first analyze the green, because the green was the first zone, alright, and see where most likely a lot of teams would have set up. Most teams would have set up around Rozhok, School, those compounds maybe to the left of School, the compounds right of Rozhok, maybe some teams around Yasnaya. Now those are the more common places for teams. Maybe those yields around them, that's where teams are going to be. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to basically assume by now that anybody landing around Malta, Shelter, Prison, they would have gone more towards the central part. And based on the fact that we're going to do some scouting, and you'll see these compounds are going to be more clear. And now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate from compound to yield to compound to yield, and we're going to set ourselves up for the next rotation for zone 3, and I'm going to show you that. So let's quickly analyze this rotation, and I'm going to explain to you how I'm setting the team up, how I'm setting myself up, and how this will leverage us for any potential zone shift, should it shift east, west, north, wherever it's going, how we are setting ourselves up for it.
Farm side.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna change
Yo,
this
guys,
because I
be
don't got
crashing
much
into each
gas.
other one way. Fuck.
But my phone is heating like mad. Yeah, cause like the weather has like changed.
Yo, I decided to record for a change.
Watch out!
I'm coming.
Going.
Watch out!
What was your first marker?
Marked a location.
Okay, cool.
Watch out!
Okay, then. Leaving the compound then.
Let's find a vehicle.
Compound towards green. Okay. There's a bike
Marked a
skin over here.
location.
On the corner of that road. Corner of that road. As you go around the bend. Yeah.
Alright, we'll do.
I can't see any vehicles on our side though. Doors closed.
All right, so now we are in position. I've become a little bit selfish here. I'm taking this dip. The reason I'm taking this dip is because I know the compound that we marked on our left-hand side is clear. And with that information, I know I can play in this dip quite safely because my team is playing above me and they can overwatch me. And for a team to rotate through there would be quite tough. Now, let's analyze why I've set up the way we have. All right, as we can see, we are controlling most of the south here. All right, we're controlling this hill and I'm controlling the dip. The compound on our left and the compound on my right are all clear. So if the zone, and this zone does happen a lot, shifted onto us, if we got the center zone, we could choose to control the hill or we can choose to control a compound, and we have a lot of space to work with where we want to play. If the zone had shifted towards Rozok School, Potato Hill, we could easily wrap short side into the zone and play those yields. There's a lot of easy positions to play from there. If the zone has shifted onto Mansion, we can wrap through Shelter, Prison, and take a position in Mansion. There's some dips to play, the yields to play. There's a lot of areas to play. Now, with this shift, it is a bit of a hard shift away from us, but where I'm positioned, I've shifted myself into a position where I can easily get in my buggy and try secure a very good center spot. The reason I'm positive of this is because of what I had mentioned to you guys earlier. With the previous zone, teams who were around Rozok, those compounds, school, they were not necessarily going to be moving into those Yasnaya fields that we see over here, all right? And so I know if we can rotate early enough, we can get this compound, and I've seen the zone finish a lot around these Yasnaya fields, Yasnaya side, and so this compound is going to be a very good spot. The only issue with this compound normally is you have to try keep your vehicle safe because it's very open. There's not walls covering it and stuff. And so yeah, that's why we did a quick rotation. We had to beat these teams off who are on the Rozok, these compounds and these yields and stuff like that.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Marked a location.
There's shots in front.
Watch
Shots in
out!
Yasnaya. There's like a full team in Yasnaya.
Coop coming my side. Coop's coming my side. There it goes.
Guy, you know, I've gotten like 200 worth of damage on these guys, man. Like,
The only people that can shoot my vehicle is the direction they rotated.
oh my fucking god.
Hopefully.
They're
Watch
fighting
out.
there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Does anybody have a spare booster? Probably not.
Go on, give me.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I got supplies.
Oh, cool.
Watch out!
Yeah.
I think a lot of people might end up fighting at mansion side.
Watch out!
There's a guy
Watch
hogging the
out.
wall here. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna look towards Yasnaya.
Marked a location.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
Watch
focusing on
out.
this, guys.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Zone's gonna shift now. Ooh, we good still, kind of.
We got close on.
Alright, so zone shifts and it shifts away from us. But this isn't the worst shift in the world for us, to be honest. The worst shift would have been if it went north of Yasnaya. But other than that, any other zone we can work with because we do have hard cover. Now, we are not going to rotate off of this zone. And the reason we're not going to rotate is because some of Yasnaya is still in play. And unless we're sending it straight into Yasnaya, this compound over here most likely has a team. Now, my teammate Jones calls it mansion, but I think he meant to say potato, mushroom compound, right? And with that, there's fields just north of that where you can play. So if we wanted to take those compounds, it's a tough fight to take in this zone because the opportunity for a third party is just very big. We also don't want to rotate into Yasnaya because chances are there's at least probably going to be between 2 and 5 teams in there. And so the third party opportunity is massive there too. So our option is we're just going to stick it out and see what the next zone does. And we can rather play off of the next zone because in the next zone, chances are we're going to go from about 40 players to about 20 something players, which gives us just a little bit more space to play with. So we're just going to hold off teams from coming into us and keep as much clear because teams can't really play around us because it's just open fields and then they'll just get shot from different places. So we want to keep teams off of us, secure this little spot and then play the next zone.
He's looking to drop. Can someone help me with my buggy, please?
I think this one, yeah.
Never mind. He's gone.
Watch out!
This. Oh, I see it moving. No, it's gone, bro. You're getting... Can I crash this hay bale in
Watch
front of me?
out!
It's like 30 meters away. Obviously mentioned lit as fuck.
Alright, so zone shifts away from us once again. Now this zone is a little bit tough because these compounds over here, pretty much you can guarantee by now there's going to be teams there. 1, 2, 3, who knows how many teams, but I definitely know there's going to be teams. I'm almost certain this little year over here is very playable and there's got to be a team there, so I can't really wrap. Plus, there's going to be teams coming in from the south, right, from this compound, and these hills surrounding. And actually, you'll see soon, I'm going to shoot at a guy around here. So, our only real option is to leverage our way from a hard cover into the next zone. Now, I can't say that as soon as the zone shifted, I had clarity of this idea. But what I had to do is I had to go see into the zone, analyze what we can do, and then try execute on getting a spot in the zone. And from here on in, I want you to just see what we do, how we leverage, how I use the comms from my teammates to make the best decision for the team, and how we execute it. Also, just note one thing. So far, we haven't really been an aggressive team, right? This is a newer team, so I'm trying to work on rotation, trying to work on communication. So our main thing here was trying to get to the late game and then trying to finish off games, all right? And now we're going to start getting a bit more aggressive and playing for a few kills and obviously the win.
Watch out!
There's a
Watch
bike
out.
right?
All right, I'm sending 2 guys out to this spot. The reason being, if there's just one guy camping in there, if I send one guy there, he can get the knock in the thirst. We lose one player and we're 3-man. But if I send 2 guys back there, they can trade it out, and they can also help each other should one get knocked. It's just better in this moment to send 2. If I send 3, for example, then maybe if I get knocked in the Overwatch position, I will not get revived. So I'm sending a 2-2 out now, and as soon as they get that position, it's clear for them, they're not getting knocked or anything, and now we play on.
Marked a location.
They're low, Horace. They're low.
Yeah. They've left already. They left. Don't focus that.
Knocked in the compound. I knocked in the compound.
Okay.
Horace, just watch out, yeah, brother.
Marked a location.
Yeah, yeah.
You might be able to play the
Honestly, man.
wall. I don't even know.
Yeah, the wall
I'm
maybe, yeah.
thinking the wall might
Maybe
be
try
the
and take
best
the
for you
fight
guys.
into them, yeah.
I knocked someone there, so if you guys crash
Yeah.
me, maybe I can knock again. I knocked in this building.
Watch
The one
out.
here.
This double
Marked a
story, yeah?
location.
We should try
Maybe
taking-
play that
we-
wall.
Good shit, good shit.
Watch out
Marked
for
a
ya.
location.
Find the window. They're taking shots at them, guys. Gotta get the fuck.
I'm healing up.
Nading.
I can't get you guys right now, so I need to play backside.
Knocked one.
Watching top windows.
Knocked 3.
All there. No. I'm watching top windows.
There's
Someone
more.
jump, someone
Watch
jump.
out.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got out.
Good. All that.
Good shit, guys. Good shit, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal up.
Okay, I'll come from a different angle to get to you guys, but I will hit it. I can maybe slam first, Jeff.
Jones, don't get enough, please. Our buggies are done, bro. Yeah.
I can't. They're fucking me when I try to use my
Someone
car.
must cover.
Smoke to the tree.
Watch out.
Nading.
What's this?
What the fuck?
I'm nading there, Jeff, watch out. In front of you.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, come on, bruh. I did.
I will get
Bro,
you, I will get him.
It bounced off of you, man. I'm so sorry, bro.
We might need to
Marked a
clear these guys,
location.
yeah.
Watch out.
I can slam it, with my vehicle. I need someone to... No. If you guys got smoke, smoke
Don't
me.
bother with that. Don't bother with that.
Just smoke for me and I can go.
I'm out of smoke. I'm out.
Try and put some pressure if you can. I'm safe. No, I hit from different angles.
Watch
This
out.
heals the fuck up, watch out.
Yeah, just need that. Good
Nice,
shit.
good nade.
Bro, what?
Good shit. Get the rest.
When you guys do move to zone, watch out, yeah.
Marked a location.
Zone will push these guys in the open for you.
Okay, that's
There'll be 3 kills. But this
Marked
vehicle's
a
gonna move.
location.
Back wall.
Marked a location.
Guys, so sorry for that. So sorry for that.
They're on
Mark
this
the
wall, Jeff. Watch
location.
out. And then people over here.
Play to the play zone.
Oh, they're shooting those guys in their back. And he's alone. That guy in the smoke's alone.
Nice.
Nice. So that one on the left.
Easy one there, easy one. GG's.
No,